The moment she slid the ring off her finger, it made a faint metallic sound as it hit the countertop. It shouldn't have been loud enough to hurt, but it felt like someone had dropped a hammer on my chest. "I'm single now," my wife, Alina, said casually, almost playfully, like she was announcing a new haircut. "I think it's better this way." I remember staring at that tiny circle of gold, still warm from her skin, thinking, so this is how a marriage ends? With a shrug? With someone choosing freedom like it's a new outfit? I didn't say anything at first. I was afraid that if I opened my mouth I'd scream. The truth is, the signs were there long before that moment. Signs I pushed aside because I loved her enough to lie to myself. The late-night work calls. The way she angled her phone away from me. The new perfume she claimed she just wanted to try. The sudden distance in bed like I was taking up too much air or too much space. And the smile, God, that smile. The one she hadn't given me in months but offered freely to her phone whenever a notification lit it up. But I kept convincing myself everything was okay. Married people go through phases, right? People get busy, stressed. Love matures, softens, changes shape. I didn't realize mine was the only one adapting. The night before she took off her ring, she'd come home smelling like rain and cigarette smoke, neither of which belonged to her. She dropped her purse on the sofa and avoided my eyes. "How was your dinner with Sana?" I asked casually. She paused just for half a second, but I caught it. "It was fine," she replied. "Why?" "No reason." That night, she fell asleep clutching her phone like a lifeline. I stared at the ceiling and wondered who she was texting after midnight, whose words were keeping her awake with that little half-smile that wasn't meant for me. But I didn't check her phone. I still trusted her. Or maybe I was just scared to see proof of what I already felt in my bones. So when she put her ring down the next morning saying she was single now, I knew this wasn't impulsive. She hadn't woken up and decided it on the spot. She had been leaving me for weeks, quietly, piece by piece, like peeling wallpaper no one notices until the whole wall is bare. "Why?" I finally asked, my voice sounding smaller than I expected. She sighed, as if my pain was inconvenient. "Because I need space. Freedom. I don't want to feel married anymore. I feel trapped." "Trapped?" I repeated. "With me." She didn't deny it. That was the moment something inside me stopped begging. A strange calm washed over me. Not numbness, not anger, just clarity. If she wanted freedom so badly, she could have it. But freedom is different when the door swings both ways. I left the ring where it was and walked to the bedroom, quietly closing the door behind me. I didn't pack bags dramatically. I didn't shout. I didn't accuse. Instead, I pulled out my phone and opened the folder I had hoped I'd never need. A week earlier, after a friend insisted something was off, I checked our cloud backup and found screenshots, messages, call logs, photos. Not explicit, but intimate enough to tell a story. Her business meetings were dinners with the same man. Her friend Sana wasn't even in the city last week. I never confronted her because I wanted to believe she'd come back to me on her own, without me having to expose her. But she didn't want to come back at all. So I sent everything to myself, then transferred it to a separate folder, one labeled Truth. That morning, as she reclaimed her single status, I finally used it. My revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't cruel. It wasn't dramatic. It was precise, quiet, dignified. I drafted a message and sent it to her parents, respectfully worded, no insults, just the facts she had gifted me. I didn't want to humiliate her. I wanted the truth to stop living only inside me. Then I sent a shorter message to our mutual friends who had watched me falling apart silently for months. "I'll be moving out today. Please respect our privacy. Alina has decided she wants to be single. I wish her the best." No accusations. No anger. Just a mirror held up to her choices. Finally, I emailed our landlord to end the lease early and scheduled movers for the same afternoon. My name was on all the bills, all the accounts. She never handled any of it. By the time I stepped back into the kitchen, I had separated my life from hers with quiet, surgical precision. She looked up at me, surprised I wasn't crying or begging. "What are you doing?" she asked. "I'm giving you what you want," I said. "A single life." She frowned. "That's not. I didn't mean you had to leave." "You took your ring off," I replied softly. "You made your choice. I'm just accepting it." For the first time in months, it was her turn to look scared. The shock came later that afternoon when the movers arrived, and she realized I wasn't bluffing. "You're really going?" she whispered. "Yes," I said. "You wanted freedom. But so do I. Freedom from being an option while someone else gets the best of you." Tears filled her eyes, but I didn't feel satisfaction. Just a deep, quiet ache. "I didn't think you'd actually," she trailed off. "I know," I replied. "You didn't think I'd ever choose myself." I moved out that day. No dramatic goodbye, no slammed doors. Just silence and the sound of my own heartbeat finally sinking back with my dignity. For weeks she tried texting, calling, saying she was confused, that she needed time, that she didn't really mean it. But every message sounded like someone who wanted the comfort of being loved without doing the work of actually loving. And I was done offering myself to someone who treated devotion like a burden. The last message she ever sent me came 3 months later. "I miss what we had." I stared at it for a long time. Then I replied, "I miss who I thought you were." And that was the real ending. Not the day she took off her ring, but the day I stopped carrying the weight of someone who had already let go.